Very good morning, my dear students. As we were doing the relation and function chapter, and I told you that for the 2.3 exercise, I'll be explaining you how can you show that particular function is a one-one function, onto function, and etc. etc. So we will do those questions, but before that, I just want to answer one thing. A question which was asked to me by one of my student, that what is the practical use of function in our daily life. A very good question was asked from her, so I just want to answer in a way that the functions, they are the very important, we can say they are the nerves of mathematics. Why? Because functions creates a situation. Say for example, as you have already studied, simple interest is what? P into R into T upon 100. So this is a example of function where your simple interest comes after multiplying the principal, rate and time and dividing it by 100. Let me explain you with one more example, that as the demand increases, the supply increases. Isn't this a function? You went to a ATM. You just insert your debit card into the machine, and with some certain options which you have specified into the machine, some output come from the machine. So that is what function is going on there. So that is what the function is. There are many functions in our body also. There are some function of the organs. That is what in the mathematics we, with the help of the given situation, we mold the things into the particular function. All right. We write the formula of compound interest. All right, we know what is the formula of compound interest. We mold the situation. If we have principal, rate and time, we can find simple interest as well as the compound interest. So we have molded the equation into some function. We write y is equal to f of x. So y is a function of x, and this function can be anything. It can be trigonometric, it can be logarithmic, it can be exponential according to our situation. So this is the practical use of function. You can consider this as a law, a rule which is required in each and every chapter. Okay, so just see the functions in this way. Alright, so let us come to the questions now. Say for example, if we have this question where it says a is equal to 1, 2, 3 and b is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, and your function is defined as 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6 from a to b. Show that f is 1, 1 but not onto. We have to show that this is a 1, 1 function but not an onto function. So as it comes 1, 1, so one thing should be clear in your mind, that each element in x must have at least one image in y. So as I just separated the domain and range of this function, so 1, 2, 3 will be the domain and 4, 5, 6 will be the range. So each element, that is your domain is 1, 2, 3 and your a is also, that means in this set 1, 2, 3 is only there. This is a, this is b, this is domain and this is range. So 1, 2, 3. So each element in x has at least one image in y. So it is 1, 1 function. But as you see, b is 4, 5, 6 and 7, but your range is 4, 5, 6 only. The 7 is left. That means it has not satisfied the definition of onto. So hence it is not a onto, because one element is left here. So it is not a onto. Okay. Okay. Now try to understand this question. Show that function f in natural number tends to, see how we will read this thing. F is a natural number and it will give you a natural number. That means f will be in the natural number, and whatever you will get the answer, that will also be in the natural number. Okay, defined by fx 2x minus 1 is 1 1 but not onto. This function is 1 1 function, but it is not a onto function. So let us check. So first of all, let me just explain you that how we go ahead and prove for 1 1 function. Okay, so let us consider x and y which belongs to the natural. I'm considering two variables x and y. Okay, so wait, if x is here, so let us take x1 and x2, no problem, which belongs to the natural number, and we go ahead and check for whether fx1 is equal to fx2 or not. This is the criteria for checking 1 1 function. Why? Because see, we know that for 1 1 function each element must have one image in y. Alright, so we check for this also and this also. So that is what I'm taking two variables fx1 and fx2, and I need to make them both equal. So what will be your fx1? 2x1 minus 1, and what will be fx2? 2x2 minus 1. Okay, minus 1 to minus 1 cancelled, we got 2x1 equal to 2x2. 2 to 2 cancel, we got x1 equal to x2. If x1 comes equal to x2, then the function is 1 1 function. Okay, now how to check for the onto? For the 1 1 function we have such criteria. For onto, like, there is no fixed criteria. Actually what we do hit and trial method in this thing. 2x minus 1, as I told you that function will be in the natural number and we should get the natural number as the answer. So if I'm considering x minus 1 equal to 1, so I'm getting 2x is equal to 1. So this condition is satisfied, no problem. Now let me take x is equal to 2. Okay, so what I'm getting, just see, take 1 that side, so 2 plus 1 3. I'm getting x is equal to 3 by 2, which is 1.5, which is not a natural number. Alright, that means if I take 2, this image does not have any element in the domain. That is why it is coming 1.5, and which is not in our function. Hence this is not onto, and you will write this reason. So for onto, let fx is equal to 2. Okay, no, fx is equal to 2 we are considering. So 2x minus 1 equal to 2, which belongs to natural number. Here x does not belongs to natural number, hence it is not a onto. So like this you have to use your logic and solve such questions. Okay, so let us do this question. Given if fm is equal to m square plus 2m plus 3, we have to prove that it is m11 and but not onto, and your function is in the natural number. Okay, so again for the 1 1, what criteria we have applied in the previous question, the same we will be going to use in this one also. m1 and m2 which belongs to natural number. So m1 square plus 2m1 plus 3 equal to m2 square plus 2m2 plus 3. As you can see that this 3 with this 3 we can cancel. Take both here like this. Here we can use the identity m1 plus m2, m1 minus m2, plus take 2 common, so m1 minus m2 equal to 0. Now you can take m1 minus m2 both common. In the bracket we'll get m1 plus m2 plus 2 equal to 0. If you put this bracket equal to 0, your condition for the 1 1, it is satisfied, m1 equal to m2. And for this one, no need of solving, just keep it as it is. We got our that means what we want, m1 should be equal to m2, so the function is 1 1 function. Alright, we proved that it is 1 1 function. Now this is not a onto function. How? As I told you that if you consider fm is equal to 3, Now why I'm considering 3? So that this 3 to 3 cancelled and I can take m common. So m plus 2 equal to 0. You'll get m equal to 0 and n equal to minus 2, which does not belongs in the natural number. So you just check for n, you put 1, 2, you will get some answer there. But if you put 3 directly, so this 3 to 3 cancel and we can easily show like this. Okay, so here m does not belongs to the natural number, so it is not a onto function. So like this you have to do. Okay, so I hope you'll do these questions. Okay, so children, we are going to study about the meaning of real functions as well as real valued functions. Okay, so please focus here. Okay, what do we mean by real function? That, as I told you, that we have in the relation and mapping, how we do mapping from here to here, from here to here, like this, where we say this is the domain and this is the range. And say for example, if you have one function y is equal to fx, then this is the domain of the function and this is called the range of the function. Now your function, this is x and this is y. Now if I'm writing y is equal to fx, so this should come in our mind now, that how much value this x can accept and how much correspondingly the y can accept or we can find. So that is what we are dealing with here with this, that the domain, if it can accept the full real number in sense all the positive side up to infinity and all the negative side up to infinity, then that is called the real function. And if your range can accept the whole real number or the subset of a real number, then that is called the real valued function. So let me just repeat it in a proper way with the definition, that a function which has either r, and this r is the real number, okay, real numbers. So a function which has either r or one of its subset as its range, then that is called a real valued function. And further, if its domain is also either r or a subset of r, then it is called a real function. Thus the real function and real valued functions are defined like this. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Now let me explain you the domain and range of a real function. How the domain and range? So as I told you, the domain, it can be explained as whatever you get the value, just put the values of x, this is the domain. And what will be the range? Whatever this value, that means y comes, y can accept, this is called the range of your function. Okay, some remarks you need to keep in mind, that a function does not exist if its domain is a empty set. If it is domain is a empty set, then the function will not exist. Okay, and some more things which we need to keep in mind, that I will explain you in the question itself, whatever the property, remark, note which you need to remember. Okay, the next topic is equal functions. Equal functions. So it is nothing like, if you consider one f function and one g function, so they both will be equal if and only if your fx, your domain of f first is equal to domain of g. Their domain should be similar, their domain should be equal. This is the first condition. Second condition, your fx should be equal to gx. Okay, then only you can say that the two function f and g, they will be equal. Okay, so let me take what this question. You are given with fx is equal to 144 minus 16x square. You need to calculate f2 and also the value of x when fx is equal to 0. So you know what is the meaning of this f2. If you have fx is equal to this, then f2 means in place of x you need to put 2. So here also you need to put 2. So f2 will be 144 minus 16 into 2 square. This is 144 minus 16 into 4. 144 minus 64 minus of 80. Sorry, plus of 80 will be the answer. Fx is equal to 0. If and you need to find the value of x when fx is equal to 0. So in place of this, fx will put 0. 144 minus 16x square, or 16x square equal to 144. So what will be x? 12 upon 4 plus minus, or x is equal to plus minus 3. So these are the values of x. So like this you have to do. Okay, so you just do this 2.4 exercise. Let me tell you up to question number 11. All right, so try to take the just help from just exam. I don't think there is the requirement of any example. There are simple. You need to calculate either like f2, f5, f4, f minus 3 exist or not. Like that you have to do in the question, which you need to just put the values in it. Okay, so I guess you will do. So from 12th question we'll do in the next lecture, and in this chapter we need to exclude some of the exercises. All right, that also I'll inform you in the next lecture when we'll just meet. So till that, do practice. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.